What's going on, y'all? This is the Battle Blaster coming back at you. Um, I've been really like, I don't know. I guess lately I've been like kind of lazy. I wanted to say some things, and like I said, I want to do another piece about colorism and leave it as such. But I'm still going through it, and right now I want to talk about. I don't know, man. It's just like there's so much on my mind right now, man. And do I have the focus to talk about what I need to talk about? Excuse me. I'm always yawning when I'm ready to start talking to y'all guys because I'm laying down and I'm chilling. Usually when I get out the shower, I usually have something like to say. It's like a lot on my brain, a lot of things I want to talk about. But I don't know, man. It's like right now, do I have something to say? Yes, I do, but I don't know where to go to. I do want to talk about this colorism thing and why do we feel that we have to, like, a lot of people see light skin being better than dark skin and everything. And like I said, I want to talk about this. I really do want to talk about it because our people suffer from that. We suffer from being dark skinned or light skinned, or we got to have a woman or a guy that's lighter than we are, or we got to be with a person that is, it all depends on the liking of what you like. I mean, like I was telling somebody before, I used to have a thing for this young lady. This is when I was younger. She probably was about 10 years or probably 8 or 9 years younger than I was, whatever. I don't know. I was probably in my early 30s. She probably was like in her like 19 or 20. She was real pretty, man. She had a daughter and everything. She was really pretty sexy, dark-skinned, beautiful black sister. Just beautiful. She had the Holly Berry cut. She had this smile and these eyes that just twinkled. She light up the room, man. She just was beautiful. She had a beautiful, personality and everything about her. Not only her personality was beautiful, but facially she was beautiful, and she was the way I like my women. I usually like my women thin. Something that looked good in a nice dress. When you go somewhere and do something. A real pretty arm piece. But she was gorgeous, and she was lean, and she was right in all the spots, but she was lean. And I like chocolate girls. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to nobody. I love a chocolate girl. Ain't nothing wrong with a chocolate woman, and that's what a lot of black people, we still deal with that plantation mentality when it comes to color. And like I said, to sit down and talk about colorism is something that, like I said, I want to talk about. I really want to get into it, but I'm not really finished with putting it out there yet. But yeah, I really want to go there, and I really want to talk about it because, like I said, our people suffer from this, and we feel that, like I said, being with a lighter person is better. And we don't understand that we're all in this together. We're all in the annihilation of white supremacy together. What I mean about the annihilation of white supremacy, I don't mean us like far as us annihilating it. I mean us being eliminated by white supremacy. Because when the cops or these race soldiers or whatever you want to call them, even these people pull up on you and they start calling the cops on you, or they want to shouting, the N-word at you and all that, They don't see how dark your skin is or how light your skin is. They see you just as that. You are the enemy to them. And the more we start understanding that we are all in it together, the more stronger we'll become, and the more better we can be equipped to handle this fight. You know, a lot of people don't see that. They see, oh, if I'm close enough to white, then I'm all right. No. You know, I have a friend, and I like bright. You know, he's light-skinned. He's very fair-skinned. He could be Spanish. But, you know, people know he's black. You know, even white people, they know who black is. Even though like I say, even though he looks like he could be Puerto Rican, they know he's black. You know what I mean? And they treat him accordingly. You know, they want to treat him like a black person. They treat him like a black person. They don't sit there, and don't get me wrong, Puerto Ricans, y'all get the excuse me for saying it like this, you get the nigger treatment. Y'all hate to admit that you're got any doings with us, you have any ties with us. You know, a lot of you won't even really come out your face and tell white society, which white society mostly knows about, you know, how Puerto Ricans have come to be. You can sit there and say the Taino Indians and all that, they basically you were like the Tasmanian people. You know, the Taino Indians, basically as many of them were wiped out. A lot of them wiped out before they raped and murdered and killed a lot of them. And before they could produce more children for them, they were basically murked off. And whatever little bit of Taino Indians that remained, they were the offspring of the Taino Indians and the conquerors, the Spanish conquistadors. And then when they brought the blacks over there, you know, other black people that was from Africa and the Americas, remember, the conquistadors they were raping and pillaging, and they were taking those women. They was taking the women, and they were having sex with them. They were raping them, and those women was producing half breeds. Remember that much. Those are what they call the oh my goodness, now I'm going on a blank right now for the word that I'm looking for. I always do this. They're the borderline, so to speak, between them and us. You know, there's another word for that, but I'm just going to use that word for right now because they're the leverage line. You know, we'll treat you better than we'll treat those individuals over there who are your parents as well. But you still got treated as a slave. And because you had more crumbs off of the table, so to speak, you felt you were better. Over the years, you were told to lighten up your race and to kill off the darkness in the race so you can be accepted as such. And you've tried so hard. It's like, this is why, you know, a lot of Latinos and stuff, they feel that, you know, they have to keep la raza going, you know, the race going. You know, you became a third race, believe it or not. You became another race of being because you integrated from you were integrated from the Spanish conquistador, the slave masters, Spanish slave masters, to the people, the blacks. And you know, even the Taino Indians, they were black people. They were melanated people. They were not no light bright motherfuckers. They were not no so-called red Indian looking motherfuckers. They were no, they were fucking black people. They said they spoke Hebrew and they wrote Hebrew. And it's the funny part about it, a lot of y'all don't even want to admit to it. And the reason why you don't want to admit to it is because that means that you got black in you. More ways than one. It's just like I said, I was trying to say just a minute ago, if you take Puerto Ricans and you were to have like a family of Spanish people, you keep trying to breed out the darkness in your people, 9 times out of 10, that darkness is going to show right back up. I've known people who have dark children who are dark like me. There might be 1 or 2 of them in a family, or just one in that specific family, and that the parent would treat them wrong, like they're cursed. And have you ever seen any Latinos, man? When they get old fast. They like white folks. They get old fast. I mean, I work with a couple of them. And the lady that we work with and the guy we work with, the guy we work with, he's in his 50s. This motherfucker, I mean, he wrinkled up like an old fucking prune, man. He in his 50s. The young lady who works in the desk, she ain't even hit 50 yet. She's starting to sag and shit. You know what I mean? You know, they want to be white so bad that they're told that being white is special. But you know what's going to be so funny? I swear, if things change, and when they do change, because they're changing every day. The demographic of power is going to change soon, because these people can't hold on to it no more. And when it's all said and done, guess what's going to happen? Those Puerto Ricans and those Mexicans and those, you know, those Cubans and everybody else who want to be white, they're going to be saying, we're black. No, motherfucker, you're going to have to stay in the category that you've been crying that you are, because you have been doing the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some Cubans that will tell you they're black. They will tell you up and down they're black, and they probably lighter than light. You know what I mean? They're no Sammy Sosa fucking bastards. They some real motherfuckers. Sammy Sosa was dark skinned. That motherfucker went and put blue contacts in his eyes, lightened his fucking skin, so he can get into those clubs. Them people don't even want to still let him in them clubs. See, that's the conditioning of the mindset that the white society has put onto black people, onto melanated people, if you want to call it like that. You know, if you're not white, you're not right. And that's bullshit. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you something. I got a thing for a certain, I'm not going to say nothing, but I must tell you like this. I got a thing for a certain half-breed celebrity. I think this young woman is fucking, she's very sexy. She has her black features, but she has light skin. And the light skin doesn't turn me on. What turns me on is she's lean. Like I like my ladies. I like them lean. She's leggy. She has these beautiful fucking eyes. And she got her little black nose. She got her little black mouth. You know what I mean? She's black. You know, and she doesn't sugarcoat it to the world. She'll tell you straight up, look, I'm a black woman. But she sat down and talked about Hollywood and how Hollywood wants to erase dark-skinned women and replace dark-skinned women with women like her. And I'm like, wow, man, you know, at least she's being honest. You know, people like Holly Berry. Holly Berry wants to become more whiter. She wants to make her kids whiter, but she's sitting around telling her kids that they're black women, and the fathers are telling them no, they're white. No. Holly, if you wanted black fucking kids, you should have married a black fucking man. Instead, you wanted to run after the whiteness that your mama is. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. You know, people don't see that. You know, and she chooses not to see it, and now that she has these problems with these white Hispanics and these white, you know, when I call them white Hispanics, these are people who look white and they want to be white, so they go underneath the banner of white to simulate. And she had a white baby by a white man, and she had another Hispanic baby by a white Hispanic, you know. But you're sitting around talking all that shit. Holly, if you hear me, sweetheart, you should have had babies by black men. Instead of you sitting around saying there ain't no good black men and black men treated you bad, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you a little story. You act right when you're with white, but you act fucked up when you with the brothers. Get your shit right, lady. Get it right. If you want to act right when you with your black knights. You dig? But anywho, like I said, I want to go deeper into this subject, and I really do, because colorism is a problem amongst our people, and we need to sit down and talk about this. We need to, the black brothers, I seen a couple brothers that I went to school with. Actually, I'm gonna tell you like this. One black brother I went to school with lightened his skin a little bit. And I asked him why did he do it. And he just said on vitiligo or shit like that, like Michael Jackson. He didn't say none of that shit. He said, all my life I've been looked at, and he said, women didn't like me. He said, but when I lightened up my skin a little bit, women started talking to me. I said, brother, Wesley Snipes brought back the black brothers. And he said, yeah, but he said that was before Wesley Snipes did it. And I'm like, oh shit, so you did it before then? He's like, yeah. And he said he was happy with it. But the funny part about it is, when he stopped bleaching, his skin blotched. So he has kind of a blotchy skin. And he told me it was like a rashy blotch at first, and then it blotched, just blotched. Because the melanin is trying to fight its way back onto the surface. But like I said, that's another story for another time, and I need to really get away from this. But I really want to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about it soon. I'm just still working on it, and like I said, colorism doesn't just affect black women; it affects black men too. And a lot of the reason why it affects black men is because of black women. And the reason why it affects black women, because black women want to be accepted in the standard of beauty of whiteness. Whiteness is the standard of beauty across this world. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because at the same time, why is these white women trying to get fat asses and clap their asses and look good and do all this shit? See, when you were twerking, it was nasty. When they start twerking, it's beautiful, it's great, it's outstanding. Do you understand what I'm trying to get at, people? When you do something black women and black men, it's wrong. It's like rap music and break dancing. Oh, it won't be around, it's a fad, it's this, it's that, it's all bad. And when white people start doing it, oh, he's the greatest, he's the best of all time, look at Eminem, Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. No, he is not. But there's a lot of black brothers and some black sisters out there who will sit up there and they will give him that fucking they will give him that title. I'm not a big fan of Jay-Z, but if they said Jay-Z was the best of them all, guess what? I'm going to agree with it. Because we need to start looking at ourselves as such. We are the creators and we are the innovators. We are the beginners and we are the ends. We are the alphas and we are the omegas. You have to understand, people. It starts with us and it ends with us. If today, if rap music, we were to say we turn our back on rap music and they try to take over, trust me, 10 times out of 1, rap is going to die off. Rock and roll didn't die off because rock and roll was something new. look at Bruno Mars, and Bruno Mars is a Mexican brother. And he does funk. He's starting to get into the funk music, which is crazy. But Bruno, I give it to Bruno. Bruno's a bad little boy, but you know, we should be still keeping funk alive. Prince died, funk has died along with him. Rick James, when he was alive, Rick James was pushing out the funk. We need to push funk back out into the foregrounds, because funk still is a form of R&B, but it's a funky rock R&B, and that's what funk music is. You know what I mean? Look at James Brown when he was doing it. James Brown was the funkiest funk of all. He was the funkiest funkster. Then Parliament, and then Sly, and all those guys came out. You know what I mean? They gave birth to people like Prince in the Time and Rick James. You know what I mean? The P-Funk era really gave that up to him. And then you had a lot of the funky little soldiers like Slave and the Invisible Man Band. You know, those guys like that. But like I said, you know, we have to stop the standard of white shit. We can't accept it, man. We're black people. We are the true standard of the world, period. And like I said, I want to go deeper into this, and when I do, it all makes sense to you. And I just want to put that out to y'all guys tonight. Being a battle blaster, trying to push it out, it's what I do. It's what we supposed to do. We're here to bring the noise and to bring the battle to them. You know what I mean? Let them understand that we're not stupid. We're, you know, you can't fool us. It's some of us you can fool, but you can't fool all of us. All right. So as the battle blaster, I'm gonna sign out right now. I'm gonna say peace. And maybe, you know, sometime this week, we'll, you know, when I get a little time, we'll put it out there. But for right now, I'm out. Peace.